Greetings poker fans, Barney Trouble here with a rare outside broadcast upon the slightly choppy waters of the Mandovi River in Goa's capital, Panjim. I was hoping to say it was the calm before the storm, but it seems the storm may be upon us already, just in time for the poker deluge that is the Deltin Poker Tournament powered by Adder 52. Good evening, good night, or perhaps good morning, poker fans. My name's Barney Trouble, and I'm here in India's biggest floating casino, the Deltin Royale in Goa. And it's a Deltin poker tournament powered by Adder 52. It's really exciting because we've got for you the live stream of the final table of a great event, the 15K Bounty. And let me tell you, it's all set for a big showdown. Let me tell you a bit about the event before we introduce the players. We've had 120 entries into this event, and it's created a prize pool of 17 lakh rupees. There were 15 paid places, and as I said, we're down to the final 8. It would have been 9, but there was a rare and unusual double bust on the table bubble right before we stopped the play. Anyway, the players are ready to come on, and we're ready to show you some fantastic poker action, so stay locked. Introducing the players in, of course, their seat order. So, first of all, please come to the table. Player in seat number 1, Sajan Barnwal. Hi, Sajan. You have got 3,52,000 in your stack. Now, Sajan won a satellite, paid 1,750 rupees, and he got his entry into this 15,000 rupee event, a bargain. His biggest win was 700,000. In seat number 2, it's our chip leader. It's Ameya Gokhale. He's got 6,41,000 on the deck. He doesn't tilt, and he loves table tennis, let me tell you. So, don't tilt the table tennis table. In seat number 3, it's Rajiv Singla. Now, Rajiv has got 2,54,000 in his stack. He's a businessman, and his favorite hand is Ace-King suited. It's not a bad hand, if you ask me. In seat number 4, can I see Vishal Lamba? Vishal has got 1,01,000 on the felt, so not the biggest stack, but he's a cricketer, and his ambition is to win this event. So let's hope his ambition is equal to his ability. In seat number 5, we have got Bharat Sharma. Here he comes. Take your seat, sir. Unfortunately, you are the shortest stack at the table with 70,000 rupees, and he's got a $50,000 win to his name, so maybe he got what it takes to take this one. In seat number 6, it's Amit Tajura. Amit, you have got 1,53,000 in your stack. And he says if he wins, he will donate some money, which is a fantastic thing to do. In seat number 7, can I see Rajiv Sachdeva? Rajiv, you have got 92,000 in your stack. He's a pro, and his special ability is he can grind for hours. Finally, in seat number 8, it's Vishal Surana. Vishal, you've got 1,38,000 on the felt, and you have got 10 years of poker experience, and he loves pocket aces. But let's be honest, who does not? Okay, so if we can have a high card for the button, please, Mr. Dealer. And shortly after this, I'll hand you over to our commentary team, which consists of, we only need one, it's the fantastic Aditya Vadvani. And when we start back, we're in round 16 with 24 minutes left on the clock. The blinds are at 4,000, 8,000, and a big blind ante of 8,000. So let's see how the action goes. Don't forget, in the bounty event, each player starts with a wristband, and every time someone busts, the wristband is passed on to the player that busts him. So there's money at stake for every bust, and it encourages some really aggressive play. It's a fun event. Let's see how it rolls out. What seat? Seat number 6. Button on seat 6. No? Doing it. Okay. Let me go through some of the players here. Now, as I said, there's a pro at the table. There's also a couple of first-timers in the event. And we've got a satellite winner. Don't forget, go on to Adder 52, play satellites. There's a super satellite event. And I've spoken to players that have started off with 200 rupees and ended up with a prize package worth 1.5 lakh, entry to all the events at the DPT. It's a fantastic way to save money and maybe even win some. Do we have a button on? There we go. Button is on seat number 3, and all it remains for me to say is may the best player win. Dealer, please shuffle up and deal. Good, thank you.
वेट एन यू एक लेवल नीचे होगा ना जहाँ से स्टार्ट किए थे फ्लोर को बुलाओ नहीं फ्लोर को बुलाओ आई एम 100% श्योर एफटी पे एक लेवल डाउन होता है.
Alrighty, thank you Barney and welcome to the 15k bounty event of this DPT.
No.
This is the final table, of course, and we've got a great mixed bag of players over here. Just one pro in the midst, as Barney mentioned. The rest have all got here just on their own merit.
What is that? Like down like
This is going to be a fun one to play. They are playing for the prize pool. Sorry, not the prize pool, but first place is going to be 2.3 lakhs to the winner. This is not including, by the way, the bounties, which are 7,000 each. Those are the red wristbands that you see on them. Every time they've eliminated a player, they get that 7,000 bounty, which they get to keep. If they get eliminated, they have to hand theirs over to the person who eliminated them. And, well, the more you accumulate, the more you win. Right then, so I was saying the prizes. First place will be 2.3 lakhs, second place 1.62 lakhs, third place 1.05, fourth place 75,000, fifth place 60,000, sixth place 60,000, seventh place 42,000, and eighth place 32,000. By the way, this is an 8-handed final table. The chips that you see in play right now are going to be adjusted later on if need be. We're not going to start with those lovely bricks. We start with the button on seat number 3. That is Rajiv Singla, and under the gun it will be Amit, 37-year-old businessman. Says his weaknesses is he cannot fold top pair. Let's hope he's been working on that throughout the course of this series. Jack 2 of spades, clubs rather, under the gun. And Vishal Surana. 2 Vishals and 2 Rajivs, by the way, on this table. It's a good thing we have their last names, otherwise we wouldn't be able to keep track.
24,000.
And he has pocket 8s, the old snowman from UTG plus 2. And straight away we're getting a lot of action here. That's great. Sajan has picked up ace queen off and the hijack. For those of you joining us for the first time, let me talk you through the stats and the graphics that you're looking at on the screen. The pot obviously is the big one in the middle. That's all the chips that are in the center and up for grabs in any given hand. On the left are the graphics of the individual players, their names. On the right are their names, that's their seat position. Just below that, their last active action. Right below that, what their current stack is. Bottom right, the percentage you see is what their odds are of winning this hand with their hand. As you can see now, it's 53 to 47. And we've got the pocket 8s from Vishal opening to 24,000, and the ace queen on the hijack deciding at the moment has 3-bet to 78,000. Rajiv Singla on the button is going to probably get out the way with that 9-4. And Vishal Lamba in the small blind 9-7 off also folds. So it's going to be heads up in this first pot of the final table of the 15k bounty event. Remember this, beyond the prize pool, the added incentive of eliminating your opponent and earning their bounty, an extra 7k to whatever your winnings are. And a very tight fold there from Vishal. Free bet of Sajjan. And we have a winner of the first hand. Uncontested. Some prudent poker at the moment. Of course, these guys wouldn't have played with each other too much before that we are aware of. I'm pretty sure this is all the first time for them playing together as a group, and it's always going to take a little bit of time to adjust, figure out who's who, who's the aggressive one, who's the tight one, who's the wild one, who's the smart one. All of that, this is all the information that you're going to have to process in the first couple of hands. Not much time to get adjusted because, of course, the blinds do go up periodically. Button now in seat 4, and we'll have Rajiv, one of our Rajivs, Rajiv Sachdeva.
What's gone is gone.
And he is a professional poker player, and it says he can grind for hours. Barney mentioned that. Let's hope. He started playing poker in the Philippines, in Manila in 2008, so he's been at it for a while. Knows what he's doing, clearly. Blinds are 4k, 8k with an 8k bounty, of course. And there we go, there we have the graphics are back with us. There's been an opening race from the hijack with Jack the Deuce of Diamonds. Slightly unorthodox, we gotta say. We've lost the graphics again, but I believe a King 10, as we call it, in the seat next to him. And we're gonna take a flop. It looks like 3-way to this flop. Flops come out 10, 3, 8, rainbow. Rainbow, when I say that, by the way, that means all different suits, all different colors.
Check to you.
The check round to the hijack.
But it's 33,000 to call.
He's bet 33,000 into the pot. I know that because I heard the dealer say it. So that's how I do. The chips that you can see in front of them, the red ones are 1,000, the yellow ones are 5,000, and the greens currently not in action at the moment. I believe they are, in fact, sorry, not in your screen at the moment, are 10,000. Later, once everyone gets a little deeper and the players are whittled down to the last couple and the blinds have gone up, we will remove those 1Ks and bring on those oh so lovely 50,000 bricks. Love those. And winning the pot on the flop with his continued aggression.
One double up, then I go easy. Right? I'm having the lowest stack right now. So I need a double up. Someone has to be a little kind towards me, right?
I like that little bit of chatter there. That is chatter from Bharat Sharma, another businessman. His favorite hand is 10 Jack suited, and if you were watching yesterday's stream, you'll know that our runner-up to the high roller event, his favorite hand, that was Pradeep, his favorite hand was also 10 Jack suited, so that bodes well for him. Ace Jack of clubs now under the gun for Vishal Surana, 39-year-old IT professional working with TCS.
To 18,000.
He makes it 18,000 to go from under the gun. Queen 7 gets out the way. Amaya folds. Rajiv Singla, that's one of our Rajivs, also lets it go. Vishal number 2, Vishal Lamba, also folds. Bharat Sharma on the button, who said, someone please give me a double up, folds, so it's not going to be this hand, my friend, sorry about that. And the big blind, This is the one of two Rajivs as well. The other one folded earlier with 10-9 offsuit. Deciding on whether he wants to have a look at the flop here.
But they could make it turbo, I think, if all right.
And he doesn't, and that's going to be Vishal Serrano adding 20k to his stack,
loud, so I'm happy with
taking down that pot uncontested in pre-flop action. A big shout out to all of you guys who've tuned in right now to catch this 15k bounty final table. This one's going to be on for a bit, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the poker. Thanks for tuning in. Do send in, of course, your comments, your thoughts, your suggestions, your support, all of that. These guys, I'm sure, would love to see it when they watch the stream back later.
Right now, I'm
Show them some love. They've come a long way.
You all have enough oxygen.
And we go into the next hand of this final table, and it'll start under the gun with Sajjan.
One good hand.
His strengths, he says, are big stack play, and his weakness is his small pairs. His favorite hand is 9-7 suited. Interesting.
This is 20,000 to call.
Vishal Lamba. Vishal Lamba has opened it to 20k with ace-5 suited, and on the button, Amit has got king-10 off. He's got his opponent fairly well covered, so might be looking to take a little action here. We haven't seen a single river yet in this hand. On the tighter side, getting out of the way, Rajiv Sachdeva, however, with a small pocket pair in the small blind.
Give me one like 3,000. Double up and I can stay.
His favorite moment, by the way, came from another DPT event that you may have heard of, the DPT Express, and the inaugural DPT Express that happened last year. He came from the lowest chip count in the room to reach the final table. No mean feat. He's done it by playing prudent poker, shown right there by letting go of those pocket fours in the small blind. Vishal number 2, on the other hand, with king 8 of clubs on the big blind, deciding whether he wants to take this flop. Not today. Very, very passive at the moment. The table, the dynamics will of course shift, like I said, once these guys get a good sense of what their opponents are up to.
Oh, that's not an issue if I stand, I mean, like, or I just have to be sitting. I can stand because sometimes because of the sugar, like the doctor said better, like, get up after every.
Mr. Bharat standing at attention, does enjoy.
Maybe I get aces now. I'm standing.
This is the new meta apparently. If you stand, you get a bigger hand. Did not mean to rhyme that, but nonetheless, sounded pretty cool. I will take it. So it's Rajiv Singla, 25-year-old businessman with 8-7 of clubs, UTG plus one of the largest stacks in the room. I think he's looking to get involved with this one. Yep, and he does raise it to 19,000. It's just over the min bet. Vishal Lamba calls with ace-10 off. And it looks like we're gonna, and Vishal, the other Vishal has also picked up an ace, slightly smaller kicker, and has folded, and another ace has popped up. That doesn't bode very well for Vishal, but he won't of course know that. It is also ace-10 off for the big blind there of Sajjan. There's now only one ace left in the deck they can both hit, and unfortunately for both of them, only 2 tens left in the deck that they both of them can hit.
70,000.
People do have, like they can build.
A little bit tough. Rajiv's 8-7 just picked up a lot more
Backups.
value than he would have thought,
Yeah.
that anyone would have thought really.
70,000.
That's the only advantage, like.
But he has actually 3-bet there from the big blind Sajjan, so he could get himself a little bit of a free hand here because I don't think 8-7 is going to be coming in the way of any of this action. Let's see if Vishal wants to take a piece of him.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to cost him pretty much all of his stack if he does, so it's good aggression shown from the larger stack, picking up on perhaps perceived weakness of the smallers.
And I have a gut feeling I'm going to get one triple up from somewhere, I don't know.
And he has in fact called. Interesting, so really looking to hit over here. But whatever he hits really, unless it's a flush, these guys are going to be chopping it. So now it's going to really be down to, in most cases, the aggression. An aggression that can only be shown really by the big stack, so Vishal is really going to be looking to either connect with this or, well, let's see what happens. Vishal, of course, only 28k left in his stack, just a couple of not even a handful of big blinds there for him. Flop comes Queen, 3-7, 2 spades. Vishal with the small stack and the ace of spades gives him a slight edge, as you can see with the percentages, but of course, given that he has no pair and a very small stack, he might not be willing to go out just here. Of course, if he does, he will take home 32k. If he doesn't, he'll be chopping the pot.
All in for you.
And I absolutely meant that the other way around, but of course no one picked up on it, but I did say it, but that's alright. I will correct myself. I'm not ashamed of it. So a bet of 30k has put Vishal all in. It'll cost him his tournament life to get in here. If he could see his opponent's hand, he'd do it in a heartbeat, knowing that he actually is the favorite. And he's gone ahead and done it.
Only backs.
On your backs, guys. Another spade. Ace 10.
So yeah, running spades is going to give Vishal a double up, otherwise they're going to be chopping this. There's a little bit of a creaky door in the background. Apologies about that.
Good call.
Yeah, chop chop.
It's a chop chop there, and the heart confirms it.
One more spade will be yours.
Jokes around about the spades.
What do you have, 8? What do you have, 8?
A little bit fishing for information there, perhaps on a previous hand.
You can afford, you still are much ahead,
Yeah, that's why I thought.
Let's listen in.
Oh, to get even any high card, I'm going to go all in. Before I bleed.
You always win with low card.
Yeah?
Saw that other week.
Great to see fresh
that's very
faces
rare.
on a final table for change. It's not that I don't enjoy seeing my buddies in the pros working their magic, but once in a
every day is
while,
not Christmas.
I want to see someone who is not so predictable as those pros. You know, them and their
I'm
GTOs.
positive still.
They think they know everything, but we all read the same books.
Yeah.
Just kidding, with all due respect, those guys are legends, of course.
It's a different story. Band is a different story.
Only sir, 8,000. Let us say 8,000.
No takers just yet to this pot.
Then I can go all
Drew
in.
up 9-6
The card
spades,
coming
not going
through.
to happen there. Rajiv
Should be,
says they've also
not even
folding
card.
ace deuce.
Not even a
On the
picture
button
card.
here, Vishal also folding king jack now in the small blind from one of the
When you
largest
need-
stacks in the room. That's
And I
Sajjan
tell you, and when
with
your
king
luck
jack
starts
off.
running, when you are on a roll, I mean, you know, you hit everything. You even play twos or three, whatever. And you're
It's great
when
to hear
you're
them
on bad
chatting as
distinct
well.
run, you have aces or whatever, kings, it's cracked. I've experienced so many times, you know, like when I expect like, okay, this will come, you know, I have so many outs. I never get. And when I have only single out and I go for a gutty and I hit.
2 players. Flop.
And Amey has decided to defend with Queen 3 off here.
Take a bet, sir.
And Sajjan has in fact picked up top pair here. Out of position. Let's see how he plays it. Of course, his opponent's not got very much in this beyond backdoors.
22,000. 22 calls.
Where is the god of poker? Mr. Gulati? Poker guru. Where?
पीछे चला गया फटाफट
Coming live?
ये देखो खड़े होकर उठने लगे
नहीं खड़े तब होंगे जब ये डेवलप हुआ
अरे भाई उनके पास ऑलरेडी काम में जा रहा था
कहाँ ने पता नहीं कहाँ लगा
उनको बताओ क्या बोल रहे हो इन्फॉर्मर सर
I'm on a secret this thing, you know, right now. So.
you know glasses भी पहने मैंने like
Small.
I think if he gets busted, the mic will be shifted to somebody else.
Right.
है उसको बस्ट करना है
Okay, for the mic? Oh my God.
Probably he's
You
still
take,
counting it.
no. You do one thing, you take the mic, but don't bust me.
Mic bomb.
10,000 sir.
Oh my God. Nothing, I'm getting more than that. What is this?
वही यार
Not my day. Sunday is gone. Now it's Monday.
नहीं होगा प्रोटेक्टिव होता है
Got feeling the time going to start good now.
Call.
10,000 sir.
How much?
8,000. Check your raise.
Oh my God, so many dollars. Is there any service guy here? We can have water or something?
Flop.
Yeah?
तू क्या
Yeah, I need some more.
And you sir, check your best. Check to you. Sir, check to you. Sir, clear. Check around 4 players.
This one nicely because he's first to act. He's given everyone the opportunity to have a stab at it, but no one has.
Check your bet, sir.
And now an 8 has rolled off there. That might tempt Vishal
thank
to
you.
give him some action. Also a backdoor flush, and with 4 people in there, someone's gonna have to make an action here because, and there you have it.
18,000 to call.
The action has come from the strongest hand. He's bet 18k into this pot. Rajiv is going to get out of the way. Vishal will love to have a look at the river there for sure. No worries there. He's got pair of 8s and he's open-ended as well. A cheeky little gut shot there for Sachin, but let's hope he doesn't come around hoping to hit because it's not going to end well for him if he
You want me to
does.
sit?
मेरी घर की मेरी मम्मी भी देखी
अच्छा कहाँ पे
3,000
नहीं live TV. This is coming live right now. Where on what?
Facebook, YouTube.
स्टार स्पोर्ट्स
Ah, really? Really?
और नीचे भी आ रहा है account पे।
Oh.
Little bit of casual chat.
None in my
disguising
family
what
watches
would be
all this
quite a
one.
big hand.
Nobody's interested in my family, you know. So it's good like
नीचे तो ऐसे भी आप popular हो।
यूएस में कोई देगा हो क्या पता
they don't know. I don't think.
Is off everywhere.
It is out. US में तो दिन हो रहा होगा।
Vishal
So I can
has
see
called
tomorrow
it now.
this live.
Action on Surgeon. He's getting out the way, so
Oh.
going to the river. Are we going to get action?
60, 70, 80, 88.
No action. Amaya still ahead here. Got the check mark. That's the other bit of the graphic that I haven't told you guys about as well. What used to be the percentage is now turned into a little tick mark. That means he cannot lose this hand unless his opponent convinces him to fold.
9 inches.
And it'll check down there, and he's going to show him the two pair. I think that's run out a little bit unfortunate for him. I think he got a little bit scared off from extracting any more value from that with the board pairing up a flush, completing, and a straight already out there. Conservative, prudent,
That's what the Jesus
nonetheless, chips added to his stack.
Also there on
get more rich, more will go more poor. No.
100%
any queen, any 7.
Hmm. मेरा तो blind नहीं चला जाएगा. I think my I will leave in a while.
Back space.
Oh, little yawns there. It's alright. It is late at night.
God.
It's in fact almost 3 in
Why are
the
you
morning,
targeting me? I'm
and they've been
already
playing for a long time. We can't fault you there, Mr. Rajiv Singla. We cannot fault you there for yawning. But don't fall asleep. You've got money to play for. Stay focused.
इस बार तो आ जाओ.
Stay alert. These are poker players you're playing with. They're up to no good always. Bharat Sharma now under the gun
First card.
with King Jack of Diamonds.
Club. Your first bowling gun.
What is that? How much is this?
8,000.
God knows.
The bet size was perfect on that.
Oh, he's looking to go for the stand-up technique. Gotta love it.
Time to go.
And he's just limped in there. Amit Tejura now with pocket fours. I believe, didn't he have pocket fours last time? Maybe this time he wants to come in and play them. With a limp behind him, this could be a good spot for him to just have a little cheeky stab at that himself.
26,000 to call, sir.
He's made it 26,000, quite a hefty raise. But of course, if you're going to be playing pocket fours, might as well play them aggressively. If you're going to play it aggressively, bet aggressively.
Walk out anytime. You're the chip leader. You can sit out for some time.
King 9 gets out the way there. Rajiv Singla also gets out the way. Vishal Lamba 8-5 off, also folding. Action back to the Bharat Sharma, who's the only person who entered this pot voluntarily before this, under the gun. He's going to go ahead and complete, and we will take a flop. Apologies, Sajjan has also called from the cutoff there. So it's three-way action,
Oh my
Strip,
God.
yes.
and the pot is 98,000. Two of those stacks are very short. Two aces out there
Check.
Check to you.
could scare everyone off a little bit, because in three-way action you can't really be too sure what everyone has. It's hard to tell. And you know, an ace, when you don't have an ace, yeeks, always a little bit of scare. The best hand does look like he's going to bet. Not sure if betting pocket fours here is the best option with a large stack behind who could be looking to apply pressure to in a tournament environment, but he's given it a little shot of 36k. He's got the big stack to fold. Now it's down to Bharat Sharma,
really
who
hit or
will
like
cost him his entire
you're
tourney life if he
pulling
wants
me
to
now?
go for this.
You know that I have only.
Will need help if he does.
I don't know.
Good
Bad
pressure.
flop for me.
Perhaps he needs to stand up again.
Four.
And he's full. So the pocket fours was the best hand pre-flop, was
Yeah,
the
it
best hand post-flop.
Yeah.
And won it. And here we have the stacks for you, the chip counts. You can see by the graphics there. Their names. I don't have to explain to you what names are. That's pretty obvious. The stacks are on the right, and in the middle, the lower stacks are representing how many big blinds they have left, and the percentages represent how many percent of chips in play they have in front of them. Note that when you're on the 10 big blind area, that's what they call the danger zone, the red zone. That's when it starts to get a little bit troublesome and you need to start getting a little bit more lucky.
So I'm in
5,000.
but you know
So you really want to keep
here,
yourself
I can-
out of
I
that
just
area
have
because
one
there's not much
draw.
what they say is playability with a
Yeah,
short
so I
stack.
think
Your
I'm done
decision making,
with
on the other hand, becomes very easy because
No,
it's
I mean-
really two options, all in or full.
Yeah, but now I can.
And you can't
I
really,
can,
convince
I still have
throw a
like.
convincing bluff on anyone if you've made it to a flop for whatever reason.
So 10,000. 10,000, sir.
Oh, right, sorry. I haven't seen yet card. I'm going blind. I think this time.
Raise to 24,000. 25,000 to call, sir.
Huh. Okie dokie, another fun hand going on here. Pocket jacks. They call them fish hooks, that hand. And they're staring at a raise from Sajjan out of the hijack. Without jacks, of course. Ace-8 of diamonds, as you can see. And the pocket jacks for Amaya.
94,000.
He's got
94,000 to
almost
call.
twice his stack there. Two of the larger stacks gonna go at it. He's 3-bet to 94,000.
Yeah, right now any two cards are good. I just need.
Rajiv Singhal on the button is going to get out the
I
way.
only need-
Ace-6 for Vishal Lamba. Don't see him
All in.
getting involved over here.
They're all in.
And Bharat Sharma has gone all in from the big blind with 10-3 off.
Double hour goodbye time.
He claims it's goodbye time. I think he's got a little tired of grinding out that short stack.
All the best, sir.
But if he gets lucky this hand, he's going to get himself a nice little triple up. Depends on whether Sajjan calls. Otherwise, minimum possible double up. But he's going to need a lot of help. And it can't be suits that help him because Amir's got both the suits he has. So, of course, flushes are dead for him.
इनका कितना है?
Except for, of course, straight flushes. But now we're in absolute fantasy land. But as, well, if you're coming in with 10-3 off, I mean, it's fantasy land as it is. So, might as well hope for the best. Let's go straight flush. Let's do it.
God, I'm dead.
3. That will fold.
I'm dead.
Not yet, sir.
I guess he would hope in this situation his opponent did not have at least a pair that way. He could be possibly fit to
I had no
live.
options. Like.
Yeah.
He's going to need a lot of help. Only 16% chance of getting anything of this. Ooh, getting a little 3 there. No clubs for either of them, of course. So he'll now need either 3 or 10 to get ahead. But that is put
Fully
him
alive,
in
yeah,
a better
let's see,
position than he
let's
was
see.
pre-flop. So he'll
Miracle.
take what he can get at this point.
Is he drawing that? No, not yet.
2 of hearts,
Only 2
no
outs.
change there. Still needs one of those 5 outs that you can see at the top right of your screen.
Well played.
And that's not going to happen. He did make 2 pair, but his opponent with pocket jacks, of course, has higher 2 pair. And we have our first elimination. It is Mr. Bharat Sharma.
I have to give you one bounty, yeah? Here. सबको एक I don't have.
भाई आपको मॉनिटर बनाया सबको एक एक तो बाउंडी दो
हाँ चलिए all the best.
Good sportsmanship
Sir,
shown there.
ऐसा है
Shaking the
मैं
hands
इतनी
of his
जल्दी जा रहा हूँ. You all
opponents.
should give me something, you know, at least like 5% from your winning.
A last
Yeah,
stab effort for a little bit of cash.
अरे मेरे
Don't think they're going to agree to
मैंने
that,
दिया है
of course,
सबको.
but he is going to take 32,000
All
for
right,
his
good luck.
efforts. Nonetheless, valiant effort.
Oh, okay. You want here?
10,000 to call, sir. Small.
Poker is not one of those goodwill games. Let me just get that straight right here and now. When you win the pot, you get to keep the pot until you lose it later. But That's up to you. Moving on then.
Just putting it there.
Blinds are up, by the way. It's 5,000, 10,000 with an ante of 10,000.
10,000. They said 23,000. 23,000 to call.
Rajiv Singh has made it 33,000.
13,000 more, sir.
23,000, apologies. 13,000 more for Amit Tejura, who's got Queen 7. The hand we call computer, the hand we saw Abhishek Goendy work some magic with yesterday while he won the high roller.
13 more, right?
Yeah, 13 more. So 2 players.
He has made the call. Open-ended for both of them,
So
but
check a
of
bit.
course not for both of them. Only for one of them.
Check a
The
bit,
other
sir.
one has, I believe that's called a straight, and I believe that's called a pretty good hand to flop. To the tune of 81% favorites to win
21,000.
this hand. So Amit here
21,000.
really looking to chop
Yeah.
at best, unless he gets running diamonds. Let's see what their trap face looks like.
अगर मैं ब्रेक के लिए जाता हूँ तो कार्ड वहाँ कौन यहाँ पे
8 जगह
Reaching for those 10,000 chips there,
शेर 2 घंटे बाद
5,000 chips there.
मदद करता है एकदम
2 players. Yes, sir. Check a bit. Check to you.
All right there. Rajiv has now just made his hand even better, picking up a flush draw.
48,000 to call.
And laying on the pressure hard here. He has every reason to. His opponent's going to be heartbroken to know that he's drawing to a chop. And when you're short stacked, thinking that you're drawing to the nuts, it can be brutal if you do hit and not get paid off. You'll be happy to, of course, not lose because you came back from the abyss, giving your opponent had you crushed through and through. And he's sensibly folded. And with that, we'll pop across to Barney and Bharat for the bust-out interview.
So the first player to take the walk from the final table at the 15k bounty is Bharat Sharma. Bharat, congratulations. I believe this is your first final table at a DPT.
Exactly, yeah. This is my first time I got to the final, so I'm very happy. Whatever I came for, I'm going first, but it is a good experience and I was really doing quite well. But then about poker, how it goes. In one go, you could be on the other side. So I'm happy still,
Yeah, I mean, you came in shortest stack and it was forced, right? So
I was very positive when I got in. I thought I might get triple up or something, but see what's there in store for you. Maybe that's it.
that's it. And I see you a lot. You're a very experienced player on the cash tables, but
Right.
it's so nice to see you finally do well in the live tournament.
Tournament is much different because the cash table, you can go ahead with still you can reload your money, but here you don't have any option to reload. It's what you have to play. So one life, you get one life here. And I was already when I was on ventilator. These guys have much more oxygen than me. But anyway, now I still try to survive.
Okay. So back to the cash now.
Yeah, back to the cash. I'll go with my all these bounties. I think I put 9 people out, so I have 9 bounties. So I'm still happy. I made quite a good, I think.
Yeah. And What have we got? 32,000 for eighth spot as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's another good amount. I mean, it's 32 plus my bounties. So it's all. It's a good.
Bankroll's looking healthy.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Bharat. Congrats.
No, the same here. Nice seeing you. All right.
Till next time.
Good luck to everyone. Bye bye.
Cheers. Good game.
All in call. On your backs, please.
And coming straight back into it, we have another all-in. We could have another player down right after we've just lost one, not but 1-2 hands ago. We've got Ace King against Ace 8. Rajiv Sachdeva miles ahead right now, dominating his opponent's ace. Amit's going to need himself an 8. Otherwise, he will be... Oh no, he won't be going home. Apologies. Rajiv Sachdeva is ahead, looking for that double up. Needs to... Oh, there is an 8. And with a spade in his opponent's hand, looks like Rajiv could be heading for the end unless he gets a king. Nope, not to be. It's in fact another spade that's going to give Amit the nut flush. And we have another elimination here. It's one of our Rajivs. Well, at least it makes it easier for me now to figure out how many Rajivs are on the table. It's just one. That's the answer. It's just one. We've just lost one, and 2 minus 1, I believe, is 1. Great. Just an update for you. I might have made a little boo-boo from earlier when I was telling you about the chips. I was in yesterday mode where they were using different chips. In this case, let me just update you on what the chips that they're playing with are. The blue chips are 5,000. The pink chips are 10,000 and the yellow chips are 1,000. So whatever I said earlier, I apologize.
10,000.
It's my fault. I'll accept it. That's why I'm up here commentating, not playing poker, otherwise I would have got it all wrong. Given that yesterday 5k chips were yellow and today they're only worth 1.
10,000, sir.
So that could have been a pretty severe miscalculation. Three deuces spades, one of my favorite old cash hands from back in the day, is going into the muck. Amit, who's just picked up that nice hand now with Jack 5 on the button.
All in.
He's announced that is mighty aggressive, perhaps putting pressure on the small stacks yet to act. He's moved all in there, and Vishal Surana has to fold his big blind. The small blind had also got out of the way quite rapidly. Nice little aggression there. He scoops up the blinds and adds to his already growing stack.
Small, sir. Big blind. 10. 5,000.
And we've got our 7th spot already. That was another quick bust after the last one. Rajiv Sachdeva,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel to finish on the final table in this event?
Very good. Was not expecting. Actually, I've been playing a few. I actually came in with in the bounty with only just one band, and that's very rare. And played, grinded, and I think I lost to a good hand of mine. Actually, Ace King versus Ace 8. So finally, I think I've been playing with him since all evening today, and I think that's a good lucky streak he's having. I think he might win this tournament. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next DPT and getting motivated now to play more.
Yeah, you told me you've been playing a long time, almost 10 years, started in Manila,
Yes.
and getting back into the Indian scene, now the standard's up. So,
Yes.
yeah, so you're going to stick around?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Who do you think is going to ship this trophy tonight?
I think it's going to be him. Yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely. I wish him luck.
Listen, thank you very much, congrats,
Thank you.
and see you next DPT.
Yeah, thank you.
And I tell you one thing, I think Barney is good luck for whoever has to have a hand after a bust interview, because how about this? Pocket aces in the small blind for Vishal Surana. It's all been folded round to him. He's got just over 10 bigs in his stack. It's a great spot to just make some money. Just to remind you, our last bust out did take home 42,000 for his efforts. He's made it 25k. And the big stack. Would have preferred perhaps trying to trap the big stack. He's done it with his bet there. Sajjan has moved all in with 7-4, and of course with pocket aces, Vishal, easiest decision he's ever going to make in his life with pocket aces, the literal best starting hand in poker. He calls, and now he's going to be going for his tournament life way ahead, 82% favorite. And yeah, a little chuckle from his opponent knowing he's just been hustled and how. Let's take a flop.
Come on. This is good. Okay.
9 Jack 7 does pick up a little bit of it.
7.
Sajjan, ooh, has picked up a 7, but there is a diamond out there, so he still has got a little bit of luck that he could get. No joy, pocket aces, not to be. Always heartbreaking to get knocked out on aces, but Vishal Surana is going to be our 6th place finisher, knocked out with pocket aces. 50,000 for his efforts, plus whatever bounties he has. I believe it's just the one that he's got.
I had to go all in.
He'll hand his other one over.
That jump and that bounce.
Not a bad day at the office, but again, brutal. You hate to see it. Pocket aces losing. We've all been there. We've all been on the good side of it. We've all been on the bad side of it. But man, it never stops burning. Blinds, as you can see, are 5k, 10k, and here are the updated chip stacks. Only one really small stack in the room at just under that 10 big blind market, 9 bigs. Alright, we're gonna go back to Barney, and for the table's sake, let's hope there's not another bust out again, because Barney seems to be jinxing the players, but you know, that's Barney's problem now. Let's go over to Barney with the bust out interview.
Well, the busts are certainly coming thick and fast tonight. I'm already back with our 6th place finisher, Vishal Surana. Firstly, congratulations on a good finish in a major event. But this was a strange twist of fate. I only learned earlier that your favourite hand is pocket aces, and you got bust out with pocket aces.
Trust me, this is the second time today that I've been busted with pocket aces. In the main event, I was close to in the money, around 50th position with pocket aces, and I got busted there, and again, and I was called by 4-7 off. Can you believe it?
Barely, and certainly the numbers don't add up, but what's your favourite hand now going to be?
It is still pocket aces.
Okay, well, it's good to keep faith in something. How does this rank in your poker career in terms of finishes and results?
I believe this is my first, this is my second final table, and first in the money final table, because last time I remember I was on the final table, but I bubbled at 9th place. So I'm pretty happy that at least I cashed out. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm happy about it.
Did you pick up any bounties along the way?
Oh no, unfortunately no bounties for me. So, but anyways, I'm in the money, so.
You certainly are, and congratulations once again. Hope to see you back for another DPT.
Sure, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Back to the action now, and only one side of the table remains. We're on the flop here, and Sajjan has got himself the nut flush draw, and wow, Barney, the cursor Barney, is well and truly alive here. There's been a bet of 22,000. Of course, with the nut flush draw, we can't see Sajjan going anywhere, and with top 2 pair for Rajiv Singla, don't see him going anywhere either. There could be fireworks here, folks. You know, Barney, if you're listening, we're trying to watch poker here. If you keep putting your curse on the players, we're gonna be done really soon. And the call here on the king of diamonds, the nut flush, the nuts right now
Check to
for Sajjan. Straight flush would be the nuts, but who's counting?
Check around 2 players.
Massive hand developing here right now. A 7, it's been checked round, so everything is rather disguised. This could be a fireworks river. 2 pair should be looking solid. There's been no real action to worry anyone at this point. He's gonna find out the hard way though that his 2 pair not so strong. Let's see what kind of bet he puts out here. He's asking for a count of his opponent. His opponent cannot count fast enough.
250, 260, 270.
Confirming. You can just imagine Sajjan being like, yeah, I got, probably a little less than what you think it is. It's okay, you can call, don't worry, you can do anything you want right now. I got the nut flush. And Rajiv's thinking, oh man, he'll never seen my 9 and my queen coming. I played it so sneakily, I checked it all the way. I'm gonna catch this guy hard. Let's just hope he's got a king or something, you know? Oh no, disaster incoming in, let's count this one down. Let's see what he's bet out here first. Let's check out Sajjan's Hollywood face, and then let's see what kind of response Rajiv has to it. No doubt it's going to be a big old bet coming in here.
Call.
And there you go. Found out after that bet of 67k. He's thought not long about it. Yeah. Finds out, oh, let him get there. But sometimes they do. Those be the breaks. And at least Barney's curse is broken, and we didn't have a bust out after the bust out interview. Here's the updated chip stacks. Vishal Lamba bringing up the rear, and Ameya Gokale bringing up the front. Leading from the front, 678k in a stack. We were very close there. And he'll be happy to only lose what he did in that pot and not all of it there. Could have been a lot worse. Under the gun now is our short stack with 9 big blinds, Vishal Lamba. 34-year-old businessman. His favorite hand is 4 of a kind. Can't complain with that. And he's got Jack 9 suited.
Raise to 25,000, 25 to call.
He's made it 25,000 to go. King 8 for Amit. He's going to fold. Ace 5 for Sajjan, the second biggest stack in the room right now on the button. He might want a little piece of this, given that it's an opportunity not only to bust out his opponent, get a pay jump, but also get some bounty. That is, of course, the added element to this format of tournament. Every time you eliminate someone, you get instant money, no matter at what stage of the tournament you do it at. So there are, in fact, people who got knocked out way earlier and have made more than perhaps 8th place or 7th place. They've done well. Played aggressive, they played for bounties, they got their bounties, and they cashed, essentially. It's a different dynamic at play sometimes. Another ace has turned up here on the small blind for Ameya, the chip leader. He is going to fold, however. And Rajiv Singla in the big blind. Queen 8 off. Also getting out the way. So we're going to take a flop between Vishal Lamba and Sajjan.
It's 2 players.
Here it comes, dealer. Gonna show us some magic. There's one club, two club. Ooh. Alrighty. Well, a little bit of something for everybody there. Sajjan getting middle pair. And he's still got that ace in his hand.
All in.
Vishal, however, with a flush draw, has moved all in. Sajjan is ahead, of course, but not a favorite despite having the only pair between the two of them. You can see that expressed in the percentages. He has a pair, but he is the dog. He has made the call though. And Vishal needs to now catch a club or jack or a 9, otherwise he will be going home. Here comes the turn. Turn is a club. Vishal, safety, 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 not going anywhere. Catches the flush, doubles up, gets himself out of that danger zone, and we are back to poker action. There's the updated stacks. Now the two small stacks are 20 big blinds, which is more than enough. More than enough, if you ask anyone. And hello to all of you watching out there on Facebook and the other platforms. Trooping out at 3:20 in the morning, almost 3:30 in the morning. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hope you're enjoying the poker. Hope you're enjoying the action. I know I certainly am.
10,000, sir. 10.
Here's our chip leader, Amir, on the button, 7-5.
10,000. 5 more. All in.
All in announced by Rajiv Singla. Very aggressive. Forces Vishal Amba not to get to see a cheap flop there. Scoops in the blind.
Blind is 6,000, 12,000. 12,000 NT.
Blinds are up now. 6,000 to 12,000 with a 12k ante, and immediately under the gun, a pair of sixes there for Sajjan. Everyone just moving up a little bit, shifting their space to accommodate a little more space now that a couple of players have lost. Don't have to be so tight together. He comes in with a raise there. He's made it 28,000 to go. Amaya, who did not get to play Jack 8 of diamonds just before, gets it once again. Maybe he'll have another go. That looks like he's counting out the calling chips there. And there you go. He's called Rajiv Sigla on the button, folds, and 7 deuce for Vishal Lamba, the small stack. Don't see him messing around with that. King Queen now, nice little hand for Amit here. Getting great odds to get in this. Could even have a squeeze if he picked up on his opponent's hands. You can see on their wrist right there, those red bands, those do signify the bounties that they've collected. It looks like Ameya's got 3 or 4 there. I think it's 3 bounties. So that's 21,000 already that he's made in bounties. Looks like that's raising chips coming out there. Amit looking to put the squeeze on.
Raise to 62,000, 62,000.
A 3-bet to 62,000 there. Good aggression shown by the bounties that he's collected. It's apparent that he has been aggressive throughout. That's how he got those bounties. You can't get bounties unless you are aggressive, and aggressive means killing your opponent. Not literally, of course. This is a mind game, not a physical one. So everyone just calm down. Pocket Sixes has called. And Ameya asking a question. You can tell he really wanted to have a look at that flop with a hand like Jack 8 suited. It's not one that you want to play when you've been 3-bet, especially with you being the chip lead. But he's going to go ahead and do it anyway. He has got the luxury of being the chip lead, so he can afford to have a little looky look, like we like to say. And let's take a flop. Let's see how this could be interesting. There's an 8. There's a 6. Ooh. So, wow. Sajjan's flopped himself a solid set there of 6s, but there is a flush draw and a potential straight. Ameya, does have top pair, but that's going to get him into trouble if he tries to overplay it. And Amit, given that he was the pre-flop aggressor with the 3-bet, might think with 2 overs here he might want to continue to show aggression, and by the looks of it, he is. Now at this point, we'd love to see Sajjan not get out of line here. Apologies, Ameya, because it's just not that strong. Given that board texture and given the pre-flop action, there's things to be worried about. And that is the danger of taking a risk like that. And oh, he's gone for exactly the opposite. Now Sajjan obviously is going to call this at the very least, if not shove right back over the top. But given that he's got the big stack that he could possibly bleed, he might just call this here and see if Ameya wants to come along. He could hope perhaps that his opponent's got an overpair or something. A flop straight is very unlikely.
$158. Yeah.
And look at the look on Ameya's face right now. He's like, what do these two guys have? I've got top pair at this point.
No, it's more than 20. Like almost 25 something.
Just asking for a count there. Approximately, he wants to know.
Or not more than 4. It's almost 6. 61.
that is the chip lead. So
ज़्यादा 1 लाख से.
looks like he's not happy. He's not happy just getting Amit's tips here. He's looking to get as much as he can from the chip leader. You know, when you got
All
a
in.
strong hand, it sucks sometimes not to get a full double up. And he's announced all in, looking to get it right now. And with top pair here, Amir's got a decision to make.
On your
He
back, please.
thankfully makes the right one, and he's going to be happy he did that. And Amit is going to be very, very sad to see that he needs a lot of help. He does have a live club, of course,
1%.
but we'll need running clubs, running kings or running queens, or a 5 to chop it right now. Not to be. And we lose another player. It is Amit Tejura who goes out in 5th place. He'll hand his bounty over. He took home 21k worth of bounties on his own hand, and added to that, he's just taken 60,000 for his 5th place finish. Not a bad day, like I always say. And that's it, we're down to 4-way action in this 15k bounty event at the DPT. The first DPT of this year has been fantastic so far, super action. We had Nikita Luther win the first opening event, and then we had Abhishek Goindi win the high roller after that, and right now we're looking to find out who's going to get the next one, and tomorrow of course we have the final table. Now of course let's go across to Barney for the bust out interview. Take it away.
Here I am with Amit Tejura, who's just finished 5th in the 15k bounty. Congrats, Amit, on a good finish. How are you feeling right now?
I'm great feeling. It was awesome play to hear. I'm quite excited, but just finished my plan. That's it.
It's always nice to see someone smile, even though you've just lost a hand. And
That's the part of the game. Actually, I did try to bluff, but doesn't got right. So it's part of the game.
you happy with your play, everything up to that point in the game?
Quite happy, but finally didn't went in my way. So it obviously I'm not that much happy, but I'm happy. No issues.
So you've got a few wristbands gone, so it's not all bad news at all, is it? You've got the finish, you've got the prize, you've got the wristbands, and of course the pleasure of coming on the final table.
Yeah, it is awesome. Feeling like an FT in Delton Royal Casino, it was awesome.
Okay, well thanks very much, Amit. I hope to see you again at another FT in another Delton Poker tournament.
Good luck, guys.
And we are back. 4-way action now. And let's go through the remaining payouts. The next place down will get 75,000, and after that we're into those 6 digits. Third place gets 1 lakh. Second place gets 1.62, and first place gets 2.3. But forget about that for now, because right now Rajiv Singla has pocket jacks in the cutoff. And since this is a bounty event, it's probably worth noting what bounties these guys have. Should have probably mentioned that earlier. I apologize, but you know, nobody's perfect. So, Sajan has the most bounties out here. That's 8 bounties. Remember, each one is worth 7,000. Ameya has 7 bounties. Rajiv has 4. And Vishal has just the 1. And this is of course excluding their own. Rajiv from the cutoff has made it 37,000 to go, and Sajan, the bounty leader, and now the chip leader, with ace-9 offsuit, it's looking like he's gonna call. Apologies, that's not a call. That was pretending to do a raise and then just going straight up all in. And Rajiv, of course, is going to call that. It's going to be ace-9 versus Pocket jacks. Rajiv needing to dodge an ace to stay alive in this tournament. And Sajan is looking to get that ace to get 9 bounties. Speaking of 9s, he's hit a pair of 9s, but that's not going to help him right now. And a 10 has given Rajiv a little more love in this. And oh, that's brutal. An ace on the river. And we have another elimination. Sajan the bounty hunter, which we will now refer to him as, is now up to 9 bounties, and we have lost another player. We are down to 3-way action in this 15k event. Brutal, brutal stuff there. Our fourth place finisher does go home with 75,000 rupees. And it's the remaining players. It's Ameya, it's Sajan, and it's Vishal. Right then, let's get right across to Barney, as we always do, for his lovely, lovely bust out interview.
Rajiv Singla, you just finished 4th in a major tournament, in a Deltin Poker tournament. How are you feeling right now?
Great. I had an amazing time. It was my second live tournament. Ran deep, just unlucky, no worries. Just lucky day for me, yeah.
Yeah, how
Feeling great. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
is this one of your best poker results?
No, I've been a online cash trick, so it's not been one of my best tournament results as far. Like I told you, a second live tournament. So yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
It's going so quickly. There's busts every couple of hands practically.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe the blind levels. He's playing too aggressive as well. So yeah, and he's running running hot too. So, yeah, that's all.
And have you got any wristbands? Did you collect any along the way?
4 of them. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. So congrats once again,
Thank you so
Rajiv,
much.
and hope to see you for your 3rd live event next time.
Sure. Next time, sure. Yeah. Right.
Rajiv Singla.
Back to the action then. Sajan has just limped from the small blind there, and with the option, Ameya has popped in a little raise here, saying no cheap flops for me. Not when I got the big chips. Here comes the flop. King 9-3. Rainbow. Once again, a pair for everybody. Ameya with the smallest pair. 3s. Sajan with the big pair. 9s. Not the biggest pair, that would be middle pair. The action is on him. And with his 9 bounties and with the chip lead right now, the man's got some serious steam going in this game. A check round on the turn brings a queen of diamonds on the river. On the turn. Apologies. His strengths, Sajan's strengths are big stack play. He said it himself and he's showing it. Laying on that pressure deep and hard. Of course, he is ahead at this point, which also helps. Bets 32,000. And with absolute bottom pair here, Ameya's not really enjoying what he sees. But doesn't exactly look to be folding at this point. Reaching for chips pretty fast and making the call. So we will take a river. A bold move. A queen on the river. No improvement for either player. Sajan still has the best hand and now earns the check mark on his hand, can only lose to a bluff. You'd imagine with Amir calling on the turn that he either doesn't believe his opponent has anything and he thinks his 3 is good, or he's setting up a bluff on this river right here. That expression he's just made, though, does give away a little bit of information, because that is a fairly substantial bet. 58,000. He can't call and hope to be good. He's gonna have to take a stab at this if he wants to take it down. And a stab is potentially gonna cost him a lot of chips. He has just called there. Sajjan flips over his 9. Amaya mucks, and Sajjan takes his stack to over 1.1 million in chips. So we are in the 6-digit payout zone, by the way, and these are the 3 players who are fighting for it. Next person out will get 1.05 lakhs plus whatever bounties they have. Right now the person at most risk is Vishal Lamba. He only has 1 bounty, but he's also now guaranteed 1 lakh. The big stack play from Sajjan, clearly working out. Good strengths. King 5 on the button. Let's see if he continues his aggression.
Raise to 30,000.
He does indeed, raising to 30,000. Amaya there this time deciding not to get involved with a subpar hand. Vishal finds himself with Ace King. And immediately, without hesitation and much thought, is already putting all those chips in the middle, declaring, I'm all in, go ahead, call me if you dare. If Sajjan does make this call and for some reason wins it, by the way, that'll take him up to 10 bounties. That's 70,000 rupees worth of bounties if he eliminates him here, not to mention whatever he'll cash. That's around 4th place money without having done anything. Not having done anything without having placed anywhere just yet. It's really interesting, these bounty tournaments. They're a lovely way to always not end the series, but always a lovely final event to have, because it's a little light-hearted in nature. It promotes a lot more aggression, and it makes for fun watching. It's good to shake things up once in a while. His stack is about 15 big blinds, which he shoved in there. King 5, I don't think is strong enough to make the call there, but I've been proven wrong in the past, but not this time. He does go ahead and fold. Vishal holds on and scoops up those blinds plus the raise of 30,000 from Sajjan.
What was your count? 170. I get 2 lakhs. इस hand के बाद तो ज़्यादा हो जाएगा.
Amay on the button now. Ace 3 of clubs, short-handed, lovely looking hand, and a lovely position to have it. expect a raise here. I do have some bad news for you, ladies and gentlemen. Though the way things are going, I don't think we're going to be seeing those good old bricks come into action. You can blame Sargent for that. He's just steaming through his opponent's left, right, and center. He doesn't care though. He has a lot of money now. A raise to 25,000 on the button from Amea, and Vishal Lamba in the small blind with Queen Jack. Does make a call, and Sajjan now on the big blind. He's going to get a nice cheap flop if he decides to call this, and it's definitely be worth a look-see. Zilch, nada, nothing for the Queen Jack, nothing for the Jack 10, and bottom pair for the Ace 3. Best hand gets better. And he has position. Good day for him. It's been checked around to the button.
Yeah.
30,000.
Pops out a little continuation bet there.
Fold.
Action on Vishal now. He does fold. And Sajjan having a stare at his opponent there. It's like, what are you trying to tell me here? Have you seen the same? Are we looking at the same flop? And he does have 2 overcards there. He might not be willing to go away just yet. Look at those bracelets there, the wristbands. There's hardly enough space for them. Accumulated so many.
Raise to 85,000.
He's made it 85,000, a solid 3-bet there, solid raise there. Cost him another 55k to come along. Now, some warning bells are gonna have to go off if Amea does call here. Sajjan will have to approach the next card with caution, depending on what it is, of course. Got it. And he's made the call. Let's take a turn. A 7 there brings a gut shot for Sajjan, and his 2 overs are still live. Amea still ahead, however, with the pair of 3s. And with just 1 card to come, by the way, as you can see, he's a 79% favorite to stay ahead. Sajjan not wasting any time reaching for chips, by the way. He's already counting out his next bet. Pot is 257,000 at this point. And he does have 9 outs. Outs, by the way, for those of you who are not tuned into the poker lingo, those are cards that can come that can make your hand.
84,000.
It's a substantial bet there, 84,000. I do like the size of that bet, though. It does seem suspicious enough that his opponent will be afraid to come back over the top. It is also low enough that it allows him to get a nice price to hit the cards that he needs to hit. does not look like Amea is being convinced by this story, though. He's a chartered accountant, by the way, Amea. By profession, knows his way around numbers. But he doesn't know his way around a big stack as well as Sajjan, who is the self-claimed big stack player. And his aggression and his stack and his reputation has served him very, very well in this hand. Takes down the hand, jack high. 135k added to his stack. 1.2 million, massive chip lead in the driver's seat. 9 bounties in his hand. Right now,
6,000, 12,000.
you want to be this guy. Blind 6k, 12k with the 12k ante. Just a reminder. The action is on our short stack, Vishal Lamba with pocket 10s.
Did you put that?
How about that for a little bit of Hollywood? He looks almost pained about the fact that he's picked up the largest non-paint pair. He's gone all in. Sergeant just asking for a count.
194.
And he's folded.
1,94,000.
1,94,000, and now Amea is gonna have his look, and I think he's probably gonna, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and call that. He's not gonna like what he sees. Vishal is in great shape here for a double up. He's just gonna have to avoid a 6. That's pretty much it. King 5, ace. A 4 out there. Only has to dodge that 6.
Yes.
Another ace.
Count.
Means a double up is guaranteed. Vishal gets a nice big chunk. Goes into second place in terms of the stack count.
This is 150.
And Amea approaching the danger zone down to just 13 big blinds.
190.
All right,
194.
we're going to go ahead and take a short break now. So do stay tuned. We're going to show you some cool stuff from the DPT and some fun packages that we prepared for you. So hang on tight. We will return with this 15K bounty event right after this.
second event of the Delton Poker Tournament, powered by ADA 52, is the one for the big boys. It's the 65k High Rollers. And this time, it's attracted 83 entries. It's created a prize pool just a tad short of 52 lakh rupees, and that will be split 11 ways. There's 11 paid places. But the best bit, we're down to the final 9 and the feature table right here. And the guy or girl who takes home the final hand gets a beautiful 14.5 lakh rupees and something very special and coveted. A DPT High Rollers trophy just like this one. Wingardium Leviosa! Whoa! You see, this is where the magic happens.
Mr. Dhaval Mudgal. We've spoken a lot in the past about poker and things. We've joked around. I remember the first interview I did with you, I got your name wrong, which was fun. Now, no one will get his name wrong, ever, because you're just the man. But before all this poker stuff, it was a past that was hidden to the public. Tell us about it.
Deep, dark past. Well, not really.
PG details.
Well, I was a musician in a band for 10 years. I used to sing in a rock and roll band called Half Step Down. And in the middle, I found poker, so there was a little bit of poker, a little bit of music. And I felt like I was good at both and getting better at neither. So I decided to give all my time to poker. And hopefully it worked out.
Well, I've seen you perform as well. You're great at both things you do. What was the feeling that you needed to just spend all your time on poker? Why?
Well, essentially, music, playing English rock and roll in our country is a little tough. Also, as a singer, I get to play with maybe 1, maybe 2 bands, but my band could play with like 8 bands, 9 bands, and still make a very good living. So obviously, it became a little more frustrating for me to be stuck with one band, getting only a few shows. And so then poker just kind of happened.
There must have been a moment though that was like there where you were thinking, this is something, I've got skill here, or it's a big victory, or something that really inspired you to take this up full time.
Well, honestly, I think it's when Thrill Poker came and signed me on board, and I got this big contract from them. That kind of made it easy. Okay, so I'm going to be spending the next 2 years doing this. So just kind of took it off from there.
Lovely. For you, your highlight till date in your career?
It's pretty easy. I think I won WPT Vietnam last year, which is really I'll say it as many times. Which was really, really huge. And the PSL was a huge highlight as well. Same year.
Oh yeah. Winning ways. And how's the tournament been going for you so far?
The tournament has been swingy. It has been very swingy. I've been up, I've been down. I've bagged starting stack now, so save me myself a bullet.
Excellent. Well, I'm not going to keep him very long because now he needs to get his rest in. There's plenty of tournaments to play. All the best.
Yeah. And Lungi's a beautiful man.
Lungi's a beautiful man. 15k deep dive event. This one's a decent looking table. It's got a couple of mad contenders. There's Manisha, of course. She's, you've all seen and done what she's been doing in all these events, running deep. And if no one goes deeper, it's appropriate to deep dive. Vidar Singhal in the corner. He's having a peek. He's wondering. He knows we're talking about him because everyone's talking about him. He's in the run for the Player of the Year, racking up points, scoring big at the WPT, at the DPT, wherever the action is. This man goes deep. I'm standing here like a very proud mother because for those of you who are watching the WPT coverage, you'll notice that this man, Vidar Singhal, was my wildcard pick, and he did very, very well. 3rd in the WPT, 2nd in the last DPT, both main events, running for Player of the Year. How's it feeling?
Feels great, of course. Thanks for picking me for the WPT off my, off commentating the main event final table from the DPT. I feel pretty good. I would like to think I have some main event edge maybe right now, so I'm in the main event right now. Excited for the whole series. Already had a pretty deep run in the 15k event, not so much in the high roller. Just got to get the momentum going.
How's the Player of the Year thing working into your game at the moment?
It does play into it, just in terms of giving me extra incentive to perform. If you think about the numbers, it's always nice to have what you would call an overlay on your performance. But, winning or going deep in any of these tournaments is worth a lot more. That being said, I would love the laurel of having Player of the Year and looking forward to this event and the last one for the year to wrap it up.
Fantastic. Now, you're new on the scene. Now everyone knows who you are, obviously, but how did you get started? How did you land up at these DPTs and WPTs?
It's pretty crazy. I kind of just came to the DPT in July last year on a whim. It's something I've always wanted to do, play a good live tournament. I had moved back from the US a few years ago. I've been playing poker on and off just consistently for the past 8-9 years almost. And eventually I just got to hear the DPT had become big and it was a nice place to come play live poker. Just showed up, paid out of pocket and worked out well. Once I'd done well in July, I was obviously incentivized to come back and had a great run in November WPT as well.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. The man, he's doing really well. Watch out for this guy. He's going to make some big waves in the time to come. Thank you so much. Best of luck for the rest of the tourney.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
So let's have a little retrospective look at the events of the DPT Colossus. We started off with the satellite to the Super High Rollers event, and in that 5 guys rose to the top and won their golden tickets through to the big one, the 200k Super High Rollers. Bargain tickets, it must be said, and they were great as they sat down the next day knowing that they had only paid 1/10 of the entry fee. Moving on from that, we had the 50k warm-up, which turned into a really fun event, especially at the final table with 9 players, very talented, also friends outside of the table, rivals over the felt, that's to be said. And in the end, it was Vivek Rugani, a guy who's cashed here a few times before and had some great finishes, but never got the top prize, and he got his first one at the DPT Colossus. Also this week, we had some special guests. We had pro Sofia Lovgren come from Sweden for her first Delton experience, and as she did really well in those events, didn't quite cash, but she did love the experience and is certainly looking forward to coming back again. And then the universe boss himself, Chris Gale, came to town, cricketing legend, and now also poker legend in the Delton arena. He came in, and of course there was great drama, such attention for such a big character. And Abhishek Jalan, I'm sure, will be very happy to tell the tale of how he bust the universe boss out of a card game. Well, we've got another great story, the 25k bounty, which is another wonderful story in itself. A guy called Satguru had a heads up against one of his poker heroes, Kunal Patni, who of course we're very familiar with here, a great pro, and not just content with taking home the story of having played against this guy, he now can tell the story of how he beat Kunal Patni, and he wouldn't let go of his Colossus trophy as he left the plate. And the big one, of course, the 200k Super High Roller event. Well, what can you say? 200,000 rupees is by no means small change to any of the players, pros and amateurs alike. But it's not about the money. This was about the challenge, and the structure to this event was such that nobody entering it was going to be able to get to the final hurdle without a real struggle. And look at what's just happened. A 13-hour final table. Not just that, but packed with talent, packed with people that just would not budge an inch. It was really, really a tough battle. And in the end, a guy called Triharsha, very experienced guy, a pro that we all know, took down the crown, and you could see both elation and exhaustion on his face, as you would expect. And it's the biggest win of a career, surely, and it's the biggest buy-in for any Indian poker event. And with that, he goes off to the WSOP. We've seen so many great stories, we've seen such great poker action here at the DPT Colossus. I think we can definitely say it was a success and a risk worth taking. Welcome back, poker fans, to the Delton Royale and the final table of a fantastic event, the 15k bounty. And as a final table, it's possibly one of the fastest paced tables we've had in a long time. There have been busts after bust. I barely get to sit down after an interview when I'm up for another bust interview. We're down to the final 3, and Sajjan Barnwal is sitting behind a very large stack of chips. He's in a commanding position. He's playing well and aggressively. Can he ship it? Well, let's find out. There are 2 other people at the table that would like to say otherwise. So, let's get on with it. Dealer, would you please shuffle up and deal?
And we are back. It's the 15k bounty event of the Delton Poker Tournament. First one of this year. And it's been a crazy fun one. Little recap for you guys, let you know what all has happened. We started this final table with 8. We are now down to just 3. Those 3 are Sajjan, Ameya, and Vishal.
Yeah, 32.
These guys have bounties, of course, that they've collected over the course. The scalps of their fallen opponents. Sajan is leading the way with 9 bounties. Amaya has 7 and Vishal just the 1. But that's not too much to worry about because they're also guaranteed a minimum of 1.05 lakhs. That's the 3rd place finish. 2nd place will take home 1.62 lakhs. And 1st place, 2.3 lakhs. This was a 15k buy-in event. 7 grand is each bounty. The rest is the prize pool.
60,000 to go.
And we start the action with Sajan, the chip leader, the bounty leader, the aggression leader. And now, with Jack 10, expect a raise here.
Raise. $12,000.
Move, 2,000 move.
It's 5,000, right? It's 38.
20,000 more, right?
He has made it 38k to go. Amaya gets out the way and Vishal, King 3 suited, on the big blind, calls. Let's take a flop. Ooh, that's a monster flop for Vishal there. He's flopped top pair with a flush draw.
One leg.
Sajal's got a little bit of something. He's got himself a middle pair, jacks there. Vishal immediately fires in a bet of 100k. Didn't waste any time with that. If you're an evil person, and I'm an evil person, you want the Queen of Hearts to roll off there, just so that you can see fireworks. We love fireworks. But Sajan clearly didn't like the speed of that bet from Vishal, given that he is a smaller stack. For him to be that confident coming into it can always set off alarm bells.
270 around.
Deep in thought now. Usually when they peek at their cards does mean it's gonna go into the muck. But what do I know, because he's reached for chips. Taking his time here with this decision. And there is the fold. I think it was in fact the speed of the bet that did scare him off, not to mention the size of it.
Oh, you had a set.
Would have probably liked Vishal to slow play that one just a little bit because he did have so much going for him. There's a good chance of him getting a bit more Dolce V from his opponent if he had let him hang himself.
He's keeping a track now.
8,000, right?
60,000 to call.
Action now on the button. Amaya. He's now our short stack. He's going to fold, and it's going to be back between Vishal and Sajan once again. Second hand in a row. And he's going to fold. Short and sweet. Amaya looking to get some help here now. Although he does have 7 bounties, he's obviously going to have his eye on that trophy, especially since he was at one point right up there in the top stacks. Let's see, it takes a certain amount of discipline and, what's that favorite phrase of mine, mental fortitude, to come back once you've been crippled. Let's see if he's got what it takes. Sajjan's taking the jacket off, saying it's time. It's getting a little too hot in here.
Don't shoot my cards. I'm there only.
16,000.
Vishal will be first to act here. He's just doubled up 2 hands ago. He's picked up Jack 10. And he's folded. Queen 10 now for Sajjan. Expect the pressure. He's announced all in. And Ameya is instantly called. He is ahead. And now he will need to dodge a queen or a 10, otherwise we will be going to heads up.
Come on, king.
Come on, king, he says. He wants to lock it down now. He doesn't need a king, by the way. He just needs to... Oh, there it is. I saw the 10 there and I panicked for a second, but a king puts him nicely ahead. A jack over there, ooh, does give his opponents some dirty outs there. Let's take a river, no club. Oh, and a queen. Oh, brutality.
Thanks.
Well played, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
And that is the end of it for Ameya.
Good luck.
He gets knocked out in
Yeah.
takes him 1.05 lakhs and of course his 7 bounties, which is considerable. And that's it, we are down to heads up, and we're gonna go ahead and take a little bit of a break right now while we set up that final table. It's gonna be a 15-minute break, so go grab yourself some drinks and some snacks. Come back to watch this heads up action in the 15K Delton Poker Tournament final table. See you soon. It's gonna be a wild one.